friends. So previous video we observed that what is meant by JDBC architecture and what is meant by JDBC and what are the different components are there and what are the different types of databases available in a software field like that. Okay. Now let's see. A JDBC supports four different types of drivers, and there are those. This is very important question for your university examinations. So definitely, infrequently they are asking explain about types of drivers or explain about JDBC drivers. List any three types of JDBC drivers, like that you will get a questions. Okay. Now for this, this is a simple concept. You can able to understand easily with an architectures I mentioned now. First of all, first one, what is meant by JDBC, ODBC. JDBC means Java Database Connectivity, and ODBC means Open Database Connectivity Bridge Driver. Bridge in the means, in a word itself, it is there, like it is a connector in between. Something is there in between Java application and database. So that something is nothing but a JDBC, ODBC bridge. Okay. So let's have a look about what is meant by first driver, that is JDBC ODBC bridge driver. Here the JDBC ODBC bridge driver converts JDBC calls to Open Database Connectivity calls. Okay, and this is the first type of driver. You can add one more point called it is called the first type 1 driver. Okay. And here the JDBC and ODBC bridge driver enables a Java application to use any database that supports ODBC driver. Okay, and a Java application cannot interact directly with the JDBC driver. Here that is a problem. So for this reason, the application uses the JDBC ODBC bridge driver that works as an interface between application and ODBC driver. So to use the JDBC ODBC bridge driver, you need to have a ODBC driver installed on this client computer, and then the JDBC ODBC driver is usually used in a standalone applications. Okay, let's see. In a simple way, you can have one Java application, and then one database vendor will be there. In both the things, you can't able to directly connect Java application with the database. Someone should there to connect to the ODBC driver. For that, at Java application side, you have to insert one type of bridge driver, that is JDBC ODBC bridge driver. Let's see one type of example for this. Now this is how first architecture. Here Java application and then ODBC driver and JDBC. So you can't able to connect directly Java application with ODBC driver. You can't able to connect Java application directly with the database. So a mediator which it is there, that is called type 1 JDBC ODBC bridge driver, which can able to accept all the calls from Java application, and then by using SQL statement it can able to send to ODBC driver. ODBC driver can able to get the query, and then it will result to ODBC bridge, then output can be displayed in Java application. So that is how the JDBC ODBC bridge driver will work. That is the first type. Okay, let's see a second one, that is native API partly Java driver. Okay, so this is called a type 2 driver, and it uses the local native libraries provided by the database vendors to access databases. Okay. So the database, the JDBC driver maps the JDBC calls to the native method calls, and which are passed to the local native call, like CLI. Okay, call level interface. Okay, this interface consists of functions written in C to access the database. So here, to use this type 2 driver, that is a call level interface needs to be loaded on the client computer. Okay, so as opposed to the JDBC ODBC bridge driver, the native API partly Java driver does not have an ODBC intermediate layer. Okay, as a result, this driver has a better performance than JDBC ODBC bridge driver. Okay, this driver is usually used for network based applications. And here let's see an architecture about for a second one, which it is native API partly driver. Okay, partly Java driver. Let's see here you can have like you have to instead of ODBC driver, you have to place native database library. So then only it can able to fetch the values from the databases, and it can give a results to a Java application. Okay, let's see another third one, which it is a JDBC Net pure Java driver. Okay, there is it is called as a type 3 driver, and here the JDBC Net pure Java driver is called third type 3 driver, and you can use JDBC Net pure Java driver over a web while connecting applets with databases. So if you are using applet programs and if you want to connect with databases, you can use this. Okay, and which it has a different graphical format like forms, you can able to use here. And the JDBC Net pure Java driver consists of client and server portions. So you have to remember that a client portion contains a pure Java functions, and the server portion will contains Java and native methods. Okay, so here the Java application sends JDBC calls to the JDBC Net pure Java driver client portion, which in turn translate JDBC calls into a database calls. Okay, the database calls are sent to the server portion of the database JDBC Net pure Java driver that forwards the request to the database. So when you use JDBC Net pure Java driver, the CLI native libraries are loaded into the server. Like so, which it is has one type of two things like you have to remember. So in this architecture, you can have like by default will have JDBC driver, that is a client portion. Two portions are there, client portion and server portion. So whatever the Java application, if you have methods like calls or classes, like whatever interfaces you have, so entire those things can be executed and it will calls in our client side. Okay, so client side portion will simply which it contains pure Java function and server and things. Okay, whereas server portion will contain Java native methods. So here you can have like a Java native database library, and with it server portion will have that native methods. So if client is requesting something by using SQL statement, so here the JDBC driver will accept all the things like from server portion, and it can able to fetch the value and again return back to the client part. Okay, this is how type 3 driver will work. Okay, let's look up about another type 4. That is native protocol pure Java driver. So this is called type 4 driver, and here it is a Java driver that interacts with the database directly using a vendor specific network protocol. So this is important driver. You have to remember that mainly this driver is usually used for enterprise applications. So and one more thing here, as opposed to the other JDBC driver, you do not require to install any vendor specific libraries to use a type 4 driver. So no need a type of any installation at all. You can directly use your databases and the applications like client applications. Okay, so the data direct technologies provide a type 4 driver for various databases such as MS SQL, MySQL Server, and AS4 by 400 and DB2. Okay, so main enterprise applications can use this type of drivers. Okay, and one more thing, that is we have to observe one architecture for this one. I'll have one example. So nothing, simply it is which it has type 4 JDBC driver, no installation, right? So that which it connects the SQL statement to the directly to the database, and you can able to fetch the values and displays in a Java application. So that is about different types of drivers. Okay, let's see JDBC API. What is meant by JDBC API? So here which it supports both 2-tier and 3-tier models for database access. So and here this is important thing for practical knowledge, like if you want to like check 2-tier model means a Java applet or a pro applications interacts directly with the database. That is called 2-tier model. 3-tier model means it introduces a middle level server for execution of a business logic. Okay, here the middle tier to maintain control over databases, the user can employ an easy to access higher level applications like API, which is translated by the middle tier into appropriate low level calls. Okay, so you have to remember two different models to access the database, that is 2-tier model and 3-tier model. So in 2-tier model, Java applet or applications interact directly with the database, whereas here you have to introduce a middle level server for execution the business logic. Okay, So that is JDBC API, and you have to remember one more thing. JDBC API, which it has two different classes and interfaces are available. That is one thing, java.sql and javax.sql packages. This is important for your examination. You will get a question like what is meant by JDBC API and what are the two packages available in a particular JDBC API. Okay, you have to explain about what is meant by JDBC API, and then you have to write the packages. That is, two packages are there here. That is java.sql and javax.sql package. The classes and interfaces perform a number of tasks such as establishing a connection, closing a connection with the database, and sending a request to the database, and retrieving the data values from the databases, and updating the data into the database. So those are the different classes and interfaces which it performs various tasks in a database connectivity. Okay, the commonly used classes and interfaces is a JDBC API, or there are a number of different classes and interfaces. So first one is a driver manager class, so another one is a driver, and another one is connection interface, and then statement interface and result set interface, and SQL exception class. Let's see the things whatever I specified. This is very realistic way, so you have to remember the different commonly used classes and interfaces in the JDBC API. Or first one, driver manager class, which it can able to load the driver for databases. If you want to load a database driver for the databases, then you have to specify driver manager class. And then for a driver like represents, if you want to represent the database driver, or all JDBC driver classes must implement the driver interface, okay, which it can provide interface for that. Connection interface nothing but which it establish a connection between Java application and databases. For that connection interface we need. And statement interface nothing but if you want to execute SQL statement, we need that interface. Result set interface nothing but which it can represent the information retrieved from the database. Okay, SQL exception class means which it provides information about the exceptions that occur while interacting with the database. Those are all called different classes and interfaces in the JDBC API. Okay, and this is how the JDBC API will work. Okay, thank you for watching.